Banana Slam Jam.
Welcome back, everybody. We got ourselves a 3K Anti-Mage game. He says, "What's up, BSJ? I'm a fourth-year medical student, Pog, with too much time on my hands, and I'm too much time. Weird. I'm getting back into Dota 2. I mostly play Position 1, and I'm shooting to hit 4K MMR before residency starts, and I have no time to play Dota." Fair enough. I climbed from 2K to 3K watching your videos and implementing some of your strategies. My main objective right now is improving my laning stage. It seems I get stomped pretty hard at this MMR on the laning stage. This replay is an example of that in a situation I find myself in often. I'm playing Anti-Mage, so no Flame Marino, Cappuccino, Barbarito. He only said Flame Marino, but I added all the other stuff. My question to you, what can I implement to improve my laning stage? I got to this MMR by using creep aggro to make my lane easier, but I'm sure there are ways I can improve this aspect in early item choices. Just help me improve my laning stage. Feel free to comment past that, but I'd really like to focus on laning. Don't flame me too hard, and I'll give you a free checkup sometime down the road. Prostate exam included, free of charge. Okay. Okay.
This one is so in the bag.
Starting items are like reasonable.
The battle begins. Not today.
Okay. So here's the problem, my man. This is a lesson I had to learn the hard way a long time ago. I'll give you a quick spiel since you told me to focus on your laning stage. I need you to ask yourself how much stronger Anti-Mage is when he's level 5 compared to level 1. So he has pretty low stat gains overall. It's not like horrible, but pretty low stat gains. And if you look at his second and third ability, they pretty much do nothing past like level 1. This gives you a blink on a lower cooldown. This is like slightly more magic resistance. So the only strength you gain from level 1 to 5 is a bit of stats and a bit more mana burn. If you compare that to something like Ursa, who suddenly is like chunking people with Fury Swipes and also has a longer duration on Fury Swipes, you compare that to a hero like Slark or Jug, who's like Spin and Dark Pact are getting leveled up. If you compare those, it's drastically different. Anti-Mage is one of the few carries in the game that that benefits virtually none from gaining levels. Okay, like that's just how it is. So what does that mean? It means that level 1 and 2, you have to be very aggressive at any time you can. Because if you get to level 5 and the offlaner gets to level 5 and they've used all their spells and they have mana to work with and all that kind of stuff, you're fucked. Because every offlaner in the game scales better in lane than you do. Like, I'd rather be a Magnus with 3 points in power or Shockwave compared to an Anti-Mage who has that second point in Blink. Right? Like, that's a huge difference. So what I'm seeing here is defensive creep aggro that if you're a hero that scales well in lane and just needs some levels and items, this is great because that's like you're doing what it takes to get past level 1. But you're a fucking anti-mage. I need this guy. I need you to posture yourself like right here, and if this guy walks up for either of these two creeps or this creep, you fucking hit him 3 times because that's like 100 mana gone for him. That's what I need to see. I need to see aggressive posturing. I need to see you up here hitting this guy anytime he's in range. The way you're playing this lane is like you're a fucking not even a lifesteal. Lifesteal would be aggressive. You're a fucking morphling or some shit who level 1's like super weak. Maybe a PA. Like, notice how many times you could have hit this mag. Look at your ogre. He's like, why is my anti-mage not hitting this fucking mag? Now there's a warlock here, so it's not necessarily efficient for you to be trading. Yeah, you're only defensively creep aggroing. This is like completely an issue with how you want to approach anti-mage. If you're going to play greedy carries, you have to realize when they're strong, because every greedy hero still has power spikes. For anti-mage, it's specifically level 1. I actually made an entire video on anti-mage specifically. Let me see if I can actually find it. Banana Slam Jamma, Sand King versus anti-mage. How to crush bad lane matchups. Hello. Okay, so I'm linking this in the Discord. It's going to be at 9:30 Eastern on the 10th of the replays. This is for the AM player. In this entire thing, I talk about the matchup between Sand King or Anti-Mage, and I talk about what make Anti-Mage strong in the lane. And there's a lot to take away from it. There's a lot that you can do, like you can infer. It sounds like you're a smart guy. You're in med school and everything. There's a lot you can infer about how to assess matchups and like how to play to power spikes. The laning stage is all about understanding miniature power spikes and taking favorable trades based on that. I remember watching, or I worked with Kezu, and there's going to be a video on that soon. And he talked about how the laning stage, it's all about winning little trades in like little battles. And it's not about anything fancy other than like every point you're slightly stronger, you trade with them. Every point you're slightly weaker, you dodge trades. And so what I'm seeing is that you're permanently dodging trades. So I know for a fact if you're going to try to progress as a laning carry, you have to watch other laning carries to see when think they're strong and why. It's based on your hero. It's based on what level you are compared to them. It's based on the lane equilibrium. It's based on how many creeps they have and what creeps you have. It's based on whether or not your support matches up well against their two heroes. It matters. Like, there's so many factors that go into it, and I've talked about them a lot variously throughout videos, but that's your issue, is you're basically saying, I'm going to secure creeps, and I don't really want to worry about harassing the opponent. And if that's how you're going to play, you need to play carries that scale well with levels. I did that for like 5 years, you know? That was all I did. I only knew how to play carries that scaled well with levels, because if you sit back and play passively and then eventually you're level 5 and have decent CS, suddenly you're bullying the offlaner out of lane. So your choice is to either learn this skill or never play Anti-Mage. That's kind of your choice. So you go and get your Ring of Health. I've seen crazier things. Not ideal though, you had to miss 3 creeps to get that. I don't think you've hit this mag. So notice what happens here. Almost no matchup in the game is bad enough such that no matter what you do, you get crushed. There are some, okay? Like, I want to be very clear to people watching. Almost no matchup in the game results in what's happening here. So if this is what's happening to you here, I can assure you in at least 90% of games, you missed your power spike. Okay? So whether or not you're getting bullied at level 5, whether or not you're getting bullied at level 3, whether or not you're now getting bullied at level 7, you have missed your power spike. And you are seeing it here. You are getting nuked by Mag, you're getting nuked by Warlock, and there's absolutely nothing you can do at this point. And this is exactly what I was trying to tell you would happen if you play Anti-Mage passively. There is absolutely nothing you can do at this point. It is already too late. Already too late. It's kind of like if you let a Timbersaw or a Bristleback get level 3 without doing anything to them, then you've already lost the lane, because Timbersaw and Bristleback get way stronger at level 3 than they were at level 1 and 2. So for Anti-Mage, he's actually usually really nice against a hero like Bristle, because he's really strong level 1 and 2, while Bristle's really weak level 1 and 2. However, against Timbersaw, it's a bit different, because if Timbersaw can survive the lane, then eventually he doesn't care about your damage. But a lot of it is like lining up power spikes and understanding hero matchups. If your hero is really weak level 1 and 2, so you can't punish this Timbersaw, then Timbersaw is probably really good against your hero. An example would be like PA, who's not exactly strong level 1 and 2, and by the time PA is like a couple points up in all of her skills, she can be aggressive. Timbersaw is level 3 or 5, and suddenly he takes no physical damage. So that's like a perfect example of how PA is really bad against Timbersaw. But all these heroes have different power spikes. You're a 3k MMR, you're a smart dude, you want to start understanding why these lanes are going wrong for you? It's understanding power spikes, because that's what I'm seeing in this game. There's probably other things that are wrong with your laning, but you're literally just defaulting to whatever's defensive. And I know I keep repeating that, but now you are very much forced to play defensively. Nothing you can do about it. It is very interesting that I now see you trying to hit the Warlock as well as the Mag. That's funny about this is that now that they're fighting you, you're trying to fight them. And you're realizing, like, oh shit, I kind of have to fight back, otherwise I just get pelted. So how about we just take that approach and apply at level 1 where they don't want to fight you? Notice how that Mag wasn't hitting you? Level 1? He didn't want to do that. Warlock wasn't there yet. Mag's only level 1. His skills aren't really that powerful. And notice how now you're just getting pelted. So rather than thinking, oh, they're fighting me, I have to fight back now. How about they don't want to fight me, let's fight them, you know? no offlaner wants to engage an Anti-Mage for the most part. Like, they just get their mana burn. If you watch how I play against Anti-Mage, I usually play incredibly defensively for, like, level 1 and 2 when I'm against Anti-Mage. And then when I hit, like, level 3 on whatever offlaner I'm playing, I usually just fucking do exactly what you're seeing here. Oh god, he salved you during the... GG. So these are the situations where usually your ogre is supposed to, like, leave you alone, giving you solo experience. You can ask him to go pull. But yeah, there's, like, just absolutely nothing you can do about this.
Yeah, that was bad.
I can tell you, I'm not scapegoating this in the replay. What you did level 1 and 2 has caused this, and I need you to understand that. There's nothing else to say. The thing is that the lane is supposed to be kind of bad when you're level 4 or 5, but you're supposed to be ahead, and Mag is supposed to have, like, no mana. So then he had to fly himself a bunch of mangoes or a bottle or something. But instead he just had all the items he would normally buy, and the stage that he was weaker than you, he got to farm however much he wanted to, and then by the time he's stronger than you, in terms of level power spikes, he's also got good items. So suddenly your lane looks like a fucking nightmare. That's the difference. There's nothing you can do to change the fact that Mag will kind of outscale you when he's like level 5 or 6. But you can make him less powerful when he gets there. Okay, so now there's a Death Prod in your lane. Okay, they just gave up. A little bit interesting. So your mid tower's dead.
I'd heard such bad things about you.
You're gonna TP mid. Yeah. Yeah, this is pretty much Anti-Mage's life when he loses his lane. You know, it's kind of funny. I'm just gonna do this again, man. How long did I review this replay for? 51 minutes or 12 minutes? Okay. Please remind me when you resubmit for this month that I'm only doing like a 10-minute replay review of your laning stage. I need you to play Anti-Mage with what I've literally told you in mind, and I'm gonna have you give me another replay for February or for March, and we'll just divide it into 2. Because some of you, I've noticed recently, need like a drastic rework of the way you think about Dota. And the problem is that I need you to change that before I can go any further. So if I feel like I can't go any further because of one thing you're doing wrong, I need to see it. So I need you to approach a laning stage with Anti-Mage the way I've now taught you. And then come back to me. I'll spend another 12, 15 minutes or so on that replay, and we'll get you in there.